Great things start from small beginnings. Growing up, reach early for your dreams. Face the day, there's a new challenge. A chance to be better. A chance to become your dream. Growing up with champion energy. Growing up with Milo. Milo every day.
Tara na? Game?
Champions, together, let's continue our champion journeys at home.
From Nestle.
Doble man ang challenges ngayon? Kasama mo ang Milo sa doble sulit na New Milo Twin Pack Promo. Doble ang savings at champion sa milk, cocoa, and energy-releasing nutrients. New Milo Twin Pack Promo. Limited time only.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. We would like to welcome you again to another Wednesday filled with fun and excitement and all about sports. Siyempre, magandang hapon po. Welcome, ako po si Josh Ricanor at ito po ang People's Sports Conversations presented po by the Philippine Sports Commission. And we're very pleased to have you with us this afternoon dahil kasama na naman namin kayo at we're very grateful na every Wednesday tinututukan nyo na at kasama na namin kayo dito sa show kung saan you will get to know more about the updates of our recent ating mga your favorite national athletes as well as our PSC officials. And mamaya, for sure, alam nyo na to, meron ulit tayong trivia question for you guys as well as meron din kami mga surprises at the end of our program. Ito po, ang programa po na ito ay in behalf of our Chairman William Ramirez, our Commissioners, Commissioner Arnold Agustin, Celia Kiram, Charles Maxey, and Ramon Fernandez. Ito po ang People's Sports Conversations. And this afternoon, marami akong makakasama ulit para magbigay sa atin ng updates, para naman malaman kung anong mga nangyayari sa Philippine sports at this time. Mamaya po makakasama ko po natin ang ating PSI Dean for Sports Education and ang bagong Deputy Executive Director for the National Academy of Sports. Ang ating kasama na si Professor Henry Daut will be joining us later. And also, kasama din natin ang isa sa ating mga premiered national athletes mula sa fencing. Siya lang naman po ang isa sa naging part ng 2019 SEA Games gold medal sa women's team EP and a silver medal sa women's individual EP sa fencing ito nung nakaraang SEA Games. Walang iba kundi si Miss Haniel Abella ay kasama din natin this afternoon. Dahil dyan, binabati natin yung mga nanonood. No? We would like to welcome si Mr. Ronald Mauricio. Hello po everyone. Kay Sir Natividad, Topia, kay Sir Jose Luna watching from Agusan, Paqueno National High School, Butuan City. Ayan, I think marami tayong mga friends from the Mindanao region watching us also. Good afternoon po sa inyo. Stay tuned this afternoon. At as usual, para po to start, we would like to request everyone, and if you could also kindly like and follow ang ating PSA Facebook page. And also like and share itong live feed na to, itong napapanood nyo sa paligid. Like and i-share nyo na yan. Dahil mamaya, malay nyo po, isa sa inyo, 3 sa ating mga watchers ngayong hapon na ito ay pwedeng manalo ng mga special prizes from our partner, Milo Philippines also. So ayan, sa ating trivia question mamaya. So don't forget, please, to like and follow our page and also this live feed to like and share. Ngayong hapon po na ito, marami pong nangyari ulit sa loob ng ahensya this coming week at ihahatid ko sa inyo ngayon ang mga may init na updates sa PSC this week. Alright, ngayong hapon po na ito, itong nagdaang linggo, marami pong nangyayari sa loob ng ating ahensya. Simulan na po natin yan noong pong Webes at Miyerkules ay kakatapos lang po, we concluded a 2-day financial literacy webinar para sa ating mga national athletes and coaches and also sa ating mga PSC employees, courtesy of the renowned RFP and business journalist si Ms. Salve Doplito and her team. Ma'am, hello. If you're watching with us, magandang hapon pa rin po. Thank you for providing basic money stewardship and financial literacy, especially para sa ating mga national athletes. And positive po, very positive ang naging response ng ating mga coaches and athletes. We would really also would like to express ang ating pasasalamat sa kanila dahil marami din silang natutunan kay Ms. Salve and also to our PS employees. So ayan, hopefully we could also conduct more financial literacy webinars dahil kailangan ito ng ating mga national athletes at this moment in time, lalo na tayo ay kumakaharap sa pandemya. So nung Sabado naman po, last Saturday ay nangyari din po ang webinar natin on preservation of culture and heritage through indigenous sports and games sa pamamagitan po ito ng office ni Commissioner Charles Maxey. Ito po ay webinar naman para sa ating mga sports officials na gustong malaman tungkol about everything about the indigenous people's games and how do we preserve their culture as well through sports. At marami din tayong nakasama. Isa si Prof. Henry na mamaya ay makakapanayam natin. Isa sa mga naging speaker nung one-day webinar na yun kung saan marami rin ang talagang tumangkilik. And also, ngayong araw naman po na ito ay ongoing pa rin po ang second day na po tayo ng virtual seminar po for women's coaching and leadership. Ito naman is headed by the Office of Commissioner Celia Kirame. Ito po ang second day nila, November 4. Magtatapos po ito tomorrow, November 5. So we really thank you sa mga nag-register po natin ng mga women leaders, women sports leaders, teachers, lahat ng mga enthusiasts na talagang sumama din sa ating webinar on women. Marami pong webinar na nangyari at ang kanilang Rise Up and Shape Up po ay second episode ay sa susunod na ilang mga araw po ay napapalabas na po ulit dito sa ating Facebook page as well sa kanilang Facebook page sa Rise Up and Shape Up. So please keep following our social media accounts for that. At ayun po, grabe at very napaka-productive ng week ng PSC sa loob at labas ng ahensya at patuloy pa rin po nating as usual, patuloy pa rin po nating sinusuportahan ng ating mga PSC officials, ang ating mga national athletes to their different endeavors. So if you're a national athlete, you're watching with us here, you could comment and also interact with us sa mga viewers po natin this afternoon. We would also like to say good afternoon kay Ms. Malin Bamba. Hi ma'am, if you're watching. Hello po kay Sir Joel Deriada, Mr. Ferdy Fortes, and si Mickey Hilbuena from San Jose Academy of Bulacan. Hello sir. Magandang hapon po. Thank you for watching with us. Ayan po ang mga nangyari sa loob at labas ng ahensya ngayong linggo na ito. Dumako naman tayo to our segment of the program, Kumusta Atleta? This afternoon, very excited ako na makasama ngayong hapon na ito ang isa sa ating mga really premiered national athletes natin. Kung sinusubaybayan niyo po ang kanyang karera bilang isang national athlete, talagang you'll be inspired by her story and to know, para malaman din natin straight from her kung ano ba ang kung anong nangyayari sa kanya at this time. Kumustahin natin si Miss Haniel Abella na nasa kabilang linya. Hello ma'am. Miss Haniel, are you here? Nandyan siya for sure. Miss Haniel.
Hi.
Hello. Yon. All right. Miss Haniel, hello. Magandang hapon sa iyo. Welcome to People's Sports Conversations. Pwede bang batiin yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayon sa ating Facebook page?
Magandang hapon po.
Ayun. Parang shy type si Miss Haniel.
Yeah.
at this time, hindi. Again, sabi ko nga kanina, si Miss Haniel po ay isa sa mga athletes natin na nakakamit nung first ever gold to ng Pinas sa women's team EP sa fencing. Kasama siya doon. Together, sino yung mga kasama mo on that team, Miss Haniel?
Si Ate Harleen Rani, si Ate Gabby Ginto, and then si Mikael Bustos.
Tapos nakamit din naman niya ang silver medal sa individual women's EP. So ngayong hapon na ito marami kaming pag-uusapan ni Miss Miss Haniel dahil gusto nating siyang kamustahin, ano bang nangyari sa kanya, ano bang update sa life niya ngayon bilang isang national athlete at this time. Unahin na natin, Miss Haniel, can you tell us a little bit of your national team background? How did you start? Anong age? Paano ka napunta sa fencing? Go, ma'am.
Okay. I actually started fencing when I was 14. Pero honestly, I started being an athlete when I was 8. So, medyo matagal na ako sa field ng sport. So, the first sport that I played was Taekwondo. So, nilalaro ko siya hanggang 13 years old ako. So, siguro, I'm just lucky na at the very young age, parang alam ko na kaagad kung ano yung gusto ko. Kasi dati, gusto ko 8 years old pa lang ako. Gusto ko na maging national team. So, ako yung batang nagtataekwondo na kahit saan sumasali para lang mag-rank ng national team. Tapos, when Philippines hosted the 2005 SEA Games, I was siguro mga 10 years old ako noon. Tapos, I will never forget, nanonood akong TV. Siyempre, favorite ko yung mga batang favorite si Zapoy sa commercial ng Milo. Yeah. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, one day, gusto ko rin maglaro ng games. So, it started there. Tapos kung ano-anong competition nilalaro at po, gano'n. Tapos, when I was 13, hindi pa rin ako national team. Hindi pa rin ako makapasok sa ranking. Kasi honestly, sobrang daming magaling na taekwondo player ng Philippines. So, siguro I was not meant for taekwondo. So, when I was 14, the following year, siguro I was second year high school, tinry ko mag-fencing. Kasi sa school ko, dalawa yung PE nga, taekwondo at fencing. So, nag-fencing ako, and then, yung teacher ko sa PE was the coach of UST. So, nung graduate ako, nag-try ako mag-step, then, luckily nakapasa ako. Then, I started in UAAP. So, naglalaro ako ng fencing ng 5 years sa UAAP. And then, noong una, ginibak ko yung national team dream ko. Pero nung pumasok ko sa UST, tapos naglalaro na ako ng UAAP. Tapos, yung isang coach ko, player pa siya that time ng national team. Hindi pa siya coach mo. So, pinupush na din ako, try mo, di ba gusto maging national team? So, tinry ko. And then, siguro meron sa fencing na it's called open. So, parang ranking siya. Pag naging tough or consistent in a month, so, pwede ka maging training po lang national team. So, luckily, when I was 18 years old, nakapasok ko sa national team up to present.
Alright. Hindi na namin naalamin yon kung gaano kahaba yung present. Hindi. Anyway, grabe naman yon. Natuwa naman ako dun malaman na at your young age, nung nanonood ka noong 2005 SEA Games when we last hosted it. Tanda ko rin noon, nasa Quirino Grandstand ba ginanap yung parang opening or somewhat yon. Grabe, nakakatuwa. And doon mo pala din yung inspiration mo na someday, dyan ako. Ayan, tutungtong din ako dyan. Of a different sport nga lang from Taekwondo. Ito, so, can I say na parang, nagustuhan mo rin ba in the process yung sport mo na fencing? O parang, nung sa una, parang, wait lang, sige, dilipat na lang ako dito. Wala akong option. Paano ba yun?
Nung una, hindi talaga. Hindi talaga. Parang na-curious kasi ako, ano ba to? Tapos yung teacher kasi, lagi niya akong kinukulit kasi matangkad ako. So, advantage kasi sa fencing yung, sa weapon ko na matangkad ka. So, nung 13 ako, nagta-taekwondo pa ako noon. Tapos, sabi ko, gusto ko kasi talagang mag-taekwondo. Kasi syempre, first love mo yun eh. Since 8 years old, nilalaro mo na, ginagawa mo na siya. So, parang lumipat ako sa ibang sport. Parang, wait lang. Pero, parang na-realize na parang hindi siguro para siya sa akin. So, tinry ko kasi na-curious ako. And then, little did I know, I fell in love with the sport. And then, kaya ako pinursue UST kasi dream school ko din si UST. So, yun. Yun.
Yun, okay. Grabe. You're hailing from what place ba talaga? Saan ka talaga tubo? Laki.
From Rizal talaga ako. Pero I was born in Cebu. So,
Bisaya din pala.
Yeah, nakakaintindi pero hindi ako nakakapagsalita.
Okay.
Nakakaintindi ako, hindi ako magbebenta.
Okay.
Yun. So, I was from Cebu, my family is from Cebu, pero when I was 3, we moved here sa Manila. Tapos dito na talaga ako lumaki.
Yun. So, yun pala ang journey ni Miss Haniel Abella born from Cebu, raised sa Angono. Tapos, nagsimula yung sporting career sa Manila na within the Growling Tigers sa UST. Shout out sa mga, mga, baka nanonood din yung mga, teammates, college classmates. Hello. Ayan, nandito na siya ngayon. Kasama na natin siya. Nabanggit mo kanina yung sa fencing, yung particularly yung sport na fencing, medyo, sa unang tingin o sa unang intindi para siyang ang complex niya. Pero can you tell us kahit briefly lang ano yung pinagkakaiba ano yung fencing and ano yung pinagkakaiba ng mga weapon na binanggit mo kanina? May nag-vary ba siya for sport? Go, man.
Sa fencing kasi may 3 weapon. Foil, saber, and epee. So, nasa epee ako. Sa epee. So, sa first, epee muna since epee ako.
Epee siya banggitin.
Yeah.
Epee, sorry.
Epee.
Okay, epee. Alright. Epee. Alright.
So, epee. So, sa epee, advantage kapag matangkad ka because yung target niya is all parts of your body. Yun.
Okay.
Tapos, sa saber, advantage, parang ang height kasi niya pwedeng sakto lang yung tangkad mo, gano'n, or matangkad ka. Ito iba naman siya kasi sa epee tsaka sa foil tusukan. Sa saber kasi hampasan. So, yeah. Sa saber may certain areas ka lang na pwedeng i-hit like arms up to the bewang. Yan. Tapos last sa foil, yung target niya is itong part lang na to up to the yung mass niya hanggang sa may neck. Yeah.
So, ano yung pala siya? So, different weapon, epee, yun, epee, Jowash, epee. So, different weapon, different, what's this, mechanics din kung paano mo i-hit yung opponent mo.
Yes.
So guys, if you're watching, kung meron tayong mga bata na nanonood now, if you're starting din sa fencing, take note nyo, ito na okay, from Miss Haniel Abella. So mga history, konting history ng fencing. Alam naman natin na syempre foreign sport yan at one point. So yung sa composition ba ng national team natin ngayon sa men's and women's, ilan kayo ngayon nagko-compose nun per weapon, if you can remember?
All in all, the 3 weapons is 24 to 25. So, kada isang weapon, 8. So, 4 men and 4 women.
Kada weapon. 4 sa saber, 4 sa foil, tsaka 4 sa epee. Yun.
Yeah, so, 8 siya.
8. And kayo, ang sa pagkakaalam po ng lahat, for the information of everyone, ang ating national team ng fencing ay nagda-training sa Ultra talaga.
Yeah.
Nandun po kayo. Kung saan doon specifically? Sa may
fencing hall.
Fencing hall, syempre.
Yeah.
Kung kayo po ay nagagawin ng Ultra nitong mga nakaraang years, syempre ngayon, total lockdown pa rin po tayo sa ating mga sports facilities. Pero if you've been there, nakikita nyo si Miss Haniel doon. So, also, paano training session ng national team sa fencing? Iba ba yan sa ibang sport? O ano ba kayo? 8 hours straight? Paano?
3 times a day. 3 times a day. Yeah. Kapag ka-off-season namin, usually pag off-season, once a day. Kasi kapag off-season, yung mga teammates ko kasi, iba nag-aaral pa. So kapag off-season, night talaga yung pinaka, kailangan sa isang gabi, sama-sama kaming lahat ng training. Tapos the rest of the day, per weapon na siya. Pero kapag malapit yung SEA Games, o kaya yung competition, we train 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and then night, na magkakasama kami lahat.
So grabe, intense yan. At nakita ko, di ba? Nakita ko at nung time na parang napunta ako ng Ultra, grabe, we were there shooting din. Nakita ko yung, for sure nandun ka, hindi lang tayo nagkakita nun. Pero grabe, pinagpapawisan kayo. Yung, ano ba yun? Yung uniform, anong tawag doon? Like, may terms ba yan para for the
jacket.
Jacket.
Normal term. Jacket, yeah. Jacket, tapos yung sa pants, we call it breeches. Yeah. So,
Breeches.
patong-patong siya kasi syempre masakit yung sport namin. So, sa loob nun may nakapatong pa na plastron, ganun. So, for women, may nakapatong na chest plate. Yeah.
Oh, grabe. So, para at some point, para din tong, yung mga sports na marami ding gear.
Yes.
Sobrang daming gear. Pero yung mga gear na yan, dito nyo ba kinukuha yan? Sa ibang place? May nabibili na ba kayo?
Ibang bansa pa po.
Okay. Yeah, for that trivia of everyone yan, na sa ibang bansa pa po yan. Pero syempre naman, may mga, for sure, may mga kasama na rin silang, may mga friends na rin kayo na,
yes.
na pagkukunan
may
yung mga ganyan.
Mga fencing store na din.
Yes, fencing stores. And also sa PSC din naman, continually po ang agency na tumutulong sa kanila, nagbigay ng financial assistance for these uniforms as well. Dahil very complex nga, very kakaiba. Hindi naman complex, parang I can say na unique yung sport na to for a typical athlete. Ito naman, dako naman tayo sa SEA Games story mo, Haniel, dahil sobrang na-inspire kami since nalaman namin yung kwento. Can you tell us, dahil may nabalitaan kami na at that time, nahihiya na siya, may nabalitaan kami na months before or a year before preparation mo for the SEA Games, you had to quit your job. Kinailangan mong kailangan mong muli sa trabaho mo to focus on the SEA Games. Can you tell us a little bit about this background? How did this happen?
Okay. Nung graduate ako na 2015, gusto ko lang talagang mag full-time athlete. As in, ayoko talaga mag-work. Pero, kasi breadwinner ako, so I have to send my siblings to school. So I decided na pagsabayin yung work tsaka fencing.
Grabe.
Actually, hindi ko alam kung paano siya pagsasabihin, pero ginawa ko lang siya. So, I was employed in a famous fast food chain sa Philippines.
Okay.
So, I worked there for almost 3.5 years. Yun. So, 3.5 years. So, mga May, April, that month. So, I decided to quit my job kasi gusto ko talaga mag-focus sa SEA Games. Kasi it was very special to me. Kasi Philippines yung mag-host. So if you remember my story earlier, sabi ko talaga, di ba? When I was 10 years old, I was watching the 2005 SEA Games. And then, so that's why, kahit mahirap, so ang daming decision na ginawa. So nag-consult ako sa mom ko, sa mga teammates ko, sa friends ko, sa coaches ko. Hindi siya madali na umabot ng July pa ako nakaalis ng work. Ganun siya katagal yung process. Kasi the employer ko was very, very supportive. Ayaw din nila ako paalisin. So, sabi na, sure ka ba? Sure ka ba?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure ako. Naalis ako. So, I quit bago kami umalis ng World Championship last year. Yeah.
Grabe. Masasabi ba natin na sa work na to, bida ang saya ba dito? Joke lang. So pero anyway, hindi yun ang point. Ang point was, yung sacrifice mo. Ano ba to? Talagang personal decision mo to na talagang ito, dahil SEA Games to, sa Pilipinas to mangyayari, nandito yung families ko, yung mga sumusuporta sa akin, might as well as I should give it my all. Ganun ba yung motivation mo noon as you...
Yes, parang una nga, kung nakikita nyo sa mga interviews, parang yung mom ko talaga yung unang-unang kontrabida.
Oo nga. How did it go ba with mommy? Ano pangalan na yung mom mo?
May Mama Joanne.
Mama Joanne, hello po. Kung nandyan po kayo ngayon, watching with us. Yes, anong naging reaction ni Mama Joanne?
Siyempre, nag-no agad. Kasi siyempre, natakot siya for my future. So, sabi niya kasi, after sige, saan gagawin mo? Kasi, alam mo, dati, napagsasabay ko, nakapaglaro pa ako ng 2 SEA Games na nag-work.
Mm-hmm.
Yun. Yan, nakapag 2015 ako, nakapag 2017 ako, na nag-work. So, this time, ayoko na kasi i-take for granted yung kabaitan nila sa akin. So, I decided to quit. So kahit na nauna kontra yung mom ko, sinuportahan naman niya.
For sure. And I think naman yung resulta nun, grabe naman. At sa pagkakaalam nyo po, for the information of everyone, si Miss Haniel po, since ito na nga, yun ang scenario at lumalaban na po siya sa SEA Games, siya pa po yung huling nakapuntos doon sa Singapore, right? Na yung yung sa finals ng women's team epee. Siya pa yung huling nakapuntos para makamit ng women's team epee sa fencing yung first ever gold medal ng Philippines sa SEA Games doon sa category na yon. Imagine niyo yon. Grabe yung storya na yon. From quitting her job and tapos yung how did it feel nung habang binabalikan mo ngayon? Ano na siya? Kasi sobrang historic niya totoo. Parang yung yung pagkakakonekta ng events, parang meant to be.
Parang dito to. Kaya diba, pag yung mga pictures ko, parang nagkalat sila sa Facebook na talagang nag-fall ako sa Nico. Kasi parang finally tapos na. But honestly, kahit nakuha ko yung last point, I would like to give credit sa mga teammates ko.
Yes.
Kasi actually, sila talaga yung nag-push sa akin. Kasi it's my first time to lead a team. Kasi dati, bunso lang ako palagi sa team. So, itong this year lang. So, na mindset na sa akin na, ikaw mag-lead ng team sa team event. So, sobrang yung pressure sa akin, gano'n. So, yun. Pagka inaalala pa rin namin ng mga teammates ko yun, parang hindi totoo. Parang, parang mga nasa teleserye na.
Totoo yan. May slow background music pa. Slow, gano'n.
Yung mga oras na yun, wala na akong naririnig, kundi coach ko lang, gano'n. So, talagang, nakafocus ako. Doon nakikita ko yung crowd, pero hindi ko sila naririnig kasi nakafocus na ako sa kalaban, sa referee, and then sa coach.
Tapos yung last point pa, no? Siyempre, it's really a team effort. Grabe, sobrang historic win.
Yes.
Nakita pa nga namin, we saw the pictures. Kung kayo rin po na watching with us, kung nakita nyo po yung mga pangyayari na yon at that time, parang binubuhat na nila isa't isa sa fencing. Bubuhatan na sila. Grabe. Sa World Trade Center po ito nangyari, ang events namin ng SEA Games. For the fencing events, doon siya ginanap. And grabe. And nung time na yon, ang in-award na sa inyo yung gold medal, very very monumental for Philippine sports, Philippine fencing as well. Siyempre, support na yung NSA with you and the PSC continually talaga na hindi kayo sinukuan din talaga ng ating mga coaches. So, ito naman, ngayon, looking forward, ito, since meron tayong Olympics pa din na hinihintay, ano ba ang plans mo, ikaw, on ano yung preparations that you're doing since alam namin, we know isa sa mga nag-aabang for vying for a ticket to qualify for the Olympics. Anong preparations mo ngayon at this time?
Ngayon, sa bahay po, everyday pa rin yung training namin via Zoom. So, araw-araw pa rin siya. And then, CPSC, sinasupport naman nila kami, nagbibigay sila ng mga training program, bukod pa yan sa NSH association namin, sa mga coaches namin. So, nagbibigay sila ng program para kahit nasa bahay ka, kondisyon yung katawan mo. Para pag bumalik ka sa reality, sa sa training talaga, outside home, talagang condition ka, hindi ka mabibigla. And then, yung nutritionist din natin, yun. So, supportive din sila, yung psych team natin, supportive din sila pag may mga mental needs kami, gano'n. Tapos yung mga PT, yung mga massage, yung mga nurses, yun, like I'm in contact with them. Kasi syempre, pag nasa bahay ka, pag may nararamdaman ka, kasi everyday yung training, so hindi pa rin nagsa-stop yung soreness, yung gano'n. So, supportive pa rin sila kahit na nasa bahay ka. So, tuloy-tuloy na pa rin naman po yung training. Ako kapag minsan may mga week na naka-off, so gumagawa din ako ng sarili kong workout.
Yun. Ano yan? Share mo naman sa amin. Baka may...
ano lang. So, every day, as much as possible kung hindi umuulan, yan, tumatakbo sa labas, and then I do cardio, pilates workout. Yun. Kasi kapag ka nasa bahay ka, Tapos, like, training, lagi akong, ewan ko ba, parang lagi kasi ako injured. So, parang ewan ko, parang gamit na gamit siguro yung katawan. Kasi, syempre, masakit siya. So, I have to find a way para, alam mo yun, kahit walang PT, na-maintain ko na okay lang yung katawan ko. So, I do workout para hindi lang mapahinga yung katawan ko. Kasi pag napapahinga yung katawan ko, medyo naging anxious ako.
Yun. So, and I think tinutulungan naman ikaw nung ating mga PSC sports nutritionist, sports psychology unit, MSAS din natin was also there in touch talaga sa mga elite athletes natin. Very thankful tayo sa kanila. Baka if they're watching also. And yun, ito sa Olympics, ano tong inaabangan nyo? Ikaw lang ba yung sa fencing? Ikaw lang ba yung nag-abang ng ticket? Or meron pang other for the men's din na nag-vie ng spots sa Olympics?
Yeah. Anim po kami. Ako, si Noelito, si Nat, si Nathaniel Perez, sa foil, si Nat, tsaka si Sam Katantan. Sa saber, si Jelly Nicanor, tsaka si CJ Concepcion. So, 6 kami, parang 2 person per weapon na lalaro ng Olympic qualifier.
Saan ito supposedly? Since mukhang na-postpone siya, saan talaga gaganapin?
Sa Seoul, Korea. Ay, sa Seoul pa rin siya. Hindi pa rin naman ata nagbabago. So, same date next year pa din.
Same date next year. So, kung sakasakali pala talaga nitong mga past months, lumaban na kayo for the ano ba, may nag-work ba as an advantage tong pag cancellation na yung pag-move o parang in between kasi parang medyo nag-work sa'yo o kaya parang hindi kasi parang lalo na tagalan ni preparation. How do you see it?
Siguro parang natigil yung momentum. Kasi after SEA Games, diba? Hindi kami tumigil eh. So, after SEA Games, nag-training camp pa kami ng December. Yan. So, tapos after, parang pinagpahinga lang kami ng 1 month, tapos pinabalik na agad sa training na intense ng 3 times a week. So, alam mo yung momentum na from mahirap na intense na training from last year, tapos intense na training this year, tapos yung mindset mo, mentally, physically, you're nandun ka na, tapos biglang nag-stop siya. So, honestly, hindi ako magsisinungaling, pero siguro a lot of athletes feel this way na parang tumigil ang mundo, parang ganon. Pero hindi pa rin naman nawawala yung pag-asa na mag-qualify pa din. Kasi yun pa rin yung pinaka-goal ko.
Totoo. And paano yun? Kanina pinag-uusapan natin. Paano yung, ano yung point system kung paano ka makakapag-qualify doon sa Olympics with doon sa competition?
Sa Olympic qualifying kasi, ano kasi siya, parang sa Olympic qualifying, zonal kasi siya. Kumbaga parang continent naman. Per continent siya. So, maglalaro kami sa Asia. So, per weapon, depende rin kasi siya sa ranking system na available. Kasi for example, sa APA, kailangan lang ng 1 men and women per Asia na papasok. Minsan naman sa foil, kailangan ng 2 or 3. Ganun. Pero sa amin kasi, kapag nag-gold ka na sa Olympic qualifying, pag nag-first ka, Olympian ka na agad. So, yun yung, pag hindi ka kasi nakakapasok sa world rankings, sa mga world championship rankings namin, you have to qualify for the Olympic qualifying. Kumbaga yung pinaka-ticket mo, yung pinaka-last chance mo. Right. Kasi tayo, hindi naman kasi kami talaga lagi naglalaro ng world ng ibang competition outside the country. So, hindi rin kami nakakaipon ng certain points para maging makapasok sa Olympics. So, yung pinaka-chance mo is makalaro ka ng Olympic qualifying and then dapat yung goal is maka-gold ka para maging Olympian ka na.
Yun, grabe. At to, parang one shot lang to din. Isang competition. All or nothing to sa inyo. So, grabe pala. And for sure din, yung intensity and yung for sure yung goal nyo, ikaw personally nakaset talaga doon sa Olympic qualifier na yon sa Korea next year. Ito naman, before we move later sa ating program, Haniel, gusto ko naman tanungin ang mga future plans mo. How do you see yourself with this? For example, if you get qualified also and How do you see yourself sa may mga plano ka ba sa mga susunod na buwan? Gusto mo ba mag-business? Ano ba to? May naisip ka bang ganon? Can you share with us? Baka meron.
Actually, dalawa na lang yung goal ko. Kasi syempre, hindi naman ako bumabata. No? And so, yun. So, alam mo naman, 8 years old pa lang, athlete na ako. So, syempre, gusto ko na rin magpahinga. Yun naman. Meron lang akong dalawang goal na gusto kong magawa before I retire. The one is makapasok ng Olympic qualifying. Hindi mapalad, gusto ko pa Asian Games. So, if ever pangalawang Asian Games.
And I think meron parang Asian Games, no? Sa sunod na taon.
Yeah.
Grabe. So, to qualify for the Olympics and to participate pa rin sa Asian Games. Yun. Grabe. All sports, Miss Haniel. Bida pa rin ang sports. Bida pa rin ang sports kay Miss Haniel at this time. And thank you for sharing those stories with us, Miss Haniel. And mamaya, babalikan ka namin dahil mamaya makasama ka pa namin dahil alam ko may ituturo ka sa amin at meron kang bagong pakulo ituturo sa ating guest, Kim Prof. Henry later. Pero thank you, Haniel. We'll take a break for a moment with you and maraming salamat. At this time, we will forward, tayo naman po ay dadako sa segment ng ating programa kung saan makakapanayam din natin isa sa ating mga officials from the Philippine Sports Commission. Ito naman, resident professor na po natin ito sa PSC at kasama din po natin siya on different grassroots sports program, specifically ang ating pong PSI Dean for Sports Education and ang newly appointed Deputy Executive Director for the National Academy of Sports, si Professor Henry Daot, dito po sa Ask PSC. Good afternoon, Prof. Henry.
Hello, good afternoon.
Magandang hapon
to all listeners.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo, Prof. Batiin nyo naman po yung ating mga viewers this afternoon watching with us also sa ating Facebook Live.
Yeah, magandang hapon sa lahat ng mga taga-subaybay ng PSC program na ito, sa mga sports missionaries around the country, sa mga sports practitioners, PE teachers, coaches, and sports leaders. Welcome po sa isang napaka-importanting programa ng PSC kung saan naghahatid ng mga balita at mga impormasyon para sa ikauunlad ng ating sports sa bansa.
Yun. And to start off, Prof, kamusta po kayo dyan? Nasaan po kayo ngayon situated at this time?
Yeah, nandito ako sa Iligan, Lanao Norte, and very happy to note that the cases are going down and we are slowly recovering. At sana ganun din ang lagay ng ating bansa. Sa awa ng Diyos, hindi naman naka-apekto ang bagyong Rolly dito.
Yun. And we, tama, Prof, we're also extending our prayers then also and our concerns sa ating pong mga athletes natin, mga sports officials natin na nandun sa Bicol region na technically directly affected ng bagyong Rolly. Yes. Meron tayong mga PSI sports coordinators po dyan, di ba, Prof? And we're also extending our prayers and concerns to them, sila Sir James and Nunez and all. Prof, ito naman, dahil this time itong gusto po naming malaman naman on the side of the PSC, dahil ongoing pa rin po yung ating National Sports Coaching Certification course. Ito po ay really headed by the Philippine Sports Institute talaga na kayo po ng ating mga also our officials led by Ms. Abby and Sir Marlon, Sir Mark really nagpa-implement nito sa different regions. Can we have, Prof, if may recent update po tayo dito, how has been the reception nito sa ating mga sports coaches, officials?
Yeah. Presently, we have a total of more than 1,000. In fact, it's 1,074 coaches who participated in the coaching certification program. And from 2019, when we launched the pilot program, there were 263 and 156 of those coaches were already certified level 1 coaches. For this year, with the start of the pandemic, we shifted to the online coaching certification where ang sports science lecture series ang inuna kasi bawal ang face-to-face. So we have a total of 811 who registered. However, only 637 participated in the actual because of some problems in connectivity. So ang passing ng mga participants, we have 497 who passed the certification for the sports science. And hopefully we will have the sports specific through online by within this year or early next year. And so far we have covered 14 regions out of 17. So that's a good area of coverage that this program has already conducted.
Yes, Prof. Thank you sa update na yun. At ngayong November pa rin po, tuloy pa rin dahil sa November 12 to 14, Prof, meron tayong level 2 courses naman for Region 5 and sa November 19 to 21 sa Region 11 for level 2 course. Tapos we will end the month with November 26 to 28 level 1 course ulit para naman sa mga NPC, mga PhilSpada coaches. So tuloy-tuloy pa pala. Grabe. And we're very happy warm reception po ng mga coaches natin. Some of them are watching, Prof. Binabati po kayo ni Sir Jose Luna. Hello, Prof. Henry. God bless daw po. Yan.
From Butuan.
Yan, from Butuan City. Hello po. Thank you for watching with us. And yan, patuloy po yan. So, if you want to join pa rin, dahil may level 1 pa kung kayo po ay PhilSpada coach, and if you want to join, also, dahil yung mga level 2, Prof, alam natin, ano na sila, pre-registered dahil sila yung mga pumasa ng level 1. So, yun po ang mechanics nito.
Yeah, ang level 1, these are open to all coaches from elementary, high school, and college levels ng ating education. For those who passed, we'll go through level 2 and we will have more advanced sports science courses and more advanced sports specific training by the national coaches in different sports. So we hope to come up with the level 3 next year so that we will be able to complete the cycle and strengthen the development of our coaching profession. So ang PhilSpada actually is a pilot program so that we will be initiating the first ever coaching certification for our para sports coaches in the country.
Yun. So for sure may mga nanonood sa atin ngayon nakasama natin na if you're a PhilSpada coach na tuloy if you want to join this dahil first time pala to, Prof, no, for us to certify them as well dahil kailangan din naman po ito for them also.
And we have a very good showing sa mga international competition sa Paralympics natin. So we would like na ma-encourage yung mga interested to coach, yung may mga disabilities natin na pwedeng maging athlete natin for representation sa international events. So we hope na ma-encourage yung ibang coaches to go into this area. And we very welcome, no. Saan ba sila pwedeng mag-register, Prof? No, I think for the PhilSpada, do we merong page ang PSI where they post the registration so they can just log in and register.
Yes. Also sa social media accounts po ng PSC will be nandun po kami to answer you, to inquire kung kayo po ay PhilSpada coach as well. Prof, alam din po namin na kayo rin po, kasi nabanggit ko nga kanina, na recently concluded po yung ating webinar for preservation of culture and heritage ng indigenous sports. And you were there also as a resource speaker. Can you share with us ano pong mga senior nyo po with our sports officials, mga ano natin, regarding the indigenous sports?
Yeah, I would like to congratulate si Com Charles Maxi, ang oversight for Indigenous Peoples Games, and of course the PSC for promoting the traditional sports and games of our country through the series of IP games that we have conducted. And the webinar has attracted more than 1,000 participants. And specifically, I discussed how we can preserve, promote, and propagate the rich cultural tradition of our ancestors through the traditional sports and games. And we have given them some information on how they can participate, especially the Department of Education and the local government in the preservation and propagation. So we have speakers from NCIP and also speaker from the Department of Education.
Grabe. And balita ko rin po na yung marami po talagang nag-register and maraming aware. Marami din gustong maging aware dito sa how do we as a PSC side, how do we deal with this, the preservation ng indigenous sports. And at ang sa pagkakaalam po, para for the information of everyone also, ang PSC po ay may indigenous people's games. Ito po ay headed also sa office ni Commissioner Charles at patuloy yon na nagbibigay ng mga programs na talagang binabalikan yung heritage ng mga indigenous natin from different regions po to ng country, Prof, no? Luzon to Mindanao to. So
we have one in Mindanao, two in Mindanao. We held it in Davao del Norte in Tagum, another one in Tiboli in South Cotabato, and we have several legs in the mountain province of Benguet and Banawi, and hopefully we will be able to extend in other areas where we have a lot of IP communities.
Yeah, kasi we also want them to, ang goal talaga po kasi ng mandato po ng PSC is to really get everyone, regardless of age, of gender, of race, really get involved in sports. And speaking of getting involved in sports, Prof, ito na, last time po, ang pilot episode po natin sa People's Sports Conversations, we had Professor Joy Reyes, ang ating Executive Director for NAS, and Sir Mark was also with us, and she was sharing yung how she felt, how excited she were dun sa dito sa new task na to na binigay sa PSC that would really expand yung ating pong reach on the level po nung grassroots dahil sa pagkaka-establish po ng National Academy of Sports. Kayo naman, Prof, gusto mo naming malaman ninyo pong reaction. How does this happen? How did it occur na kayo po ang tinap ng ating ahensya na maging deputy kasangga po ni Professor Joy?
Actually, I was requested to submit my biodata by Sir Mark, and when I submitted, I was not expecting to have any result because it's natural, and I'm very happy working with PSC and the PSI programs. So after a week, I was informed that I was also appointed as Deputy Executive Director of the NAS together with Professor Bert Madrigal of the University of the Philippines College of Human Kinetics. So there were two DEDs that were appointed after the selection of the board for the Executive Director, which had chosen Professor Joy Reyes. And since we are both working with PSC, and I'm very happy for her because she has been working with the Philippine Sports Commission and she has all the preparation that is needed to make sure that NAS will succeed. So I was actually informed of the appointment a week later, and the next week, 2 weeks after, I was asked by a friend to shed light on what NAS is all about and my role.
So baka, Prof, you can also share with us.
Yeah, I was surprised because I did not read the article written about NAS and about me. Somebody posted it, and so I get greetings, and I said, where can I read it? So nagtaka pa ako bakit may alam sila na hindi ko alam. So nauna pala silang basa ng article sa news ng magazine ng Davao sa Sunstar. So it started there, and I'm very happy because I was given an opportunity to serve in another capacity, and I would like to thank Chairman Ramirez and all those who expressed their confidence and support for me to be part of this history in the making National Academy of Sports. So I'm really happy and looking forward that we can start working together with ED Joy and DED Bert.
Prof, si ED Joy mentioned some plans and mga objectives ng NAS na to. Can you also share with us also how, kung kayo po, if you've been talking na po with the ED Joy and the rest of the group, ano po bang, saang direction po ba tayo papunta with this National Academy of Sports?
Yeah, I think ang National Academy of Sports is long time coming because for several years we have been looking for talents from the elite athletes of the intercollegiate. So we don't really we did not invested so much sa grassroots, and with NAS And NAS is attached to the Department of Education where a lot of students are available for identification. So tamang-tama naman na sa pag-establish ng NAS, we have a clearer pathway to sports excellence by providing more scientific, highly advanced training and facilities for future champions of our country in different sports. So para sa akin, magandang simula na ang NAS ay magiging isang center of training and development ng ating mga kabataan sa sports. And I think it's one big achievement of the present administration and a gift para sa youth ng country na meron silang i-look forward na pupuntahan because they have the potential to excel.
Yeah, and sobrang sobrang grateful ng PSC for us to be really tapped on this na tayo po ay makipag-work along with the Department of Education on this. Prof, kung may nanonood ngayon na bata sa atin sa live natin na feed and they're planning, gusto nila pa-enter pa lang sila ng high school, gusto nila sa sports, ano yung advantage nito, Prof, na meron ng National Academy of Sports na pwede kung akong bata, pwede kong puntahan, pwedeng ma-hone yung sport ko dito, specific on my sport.
Yeah. I would like to start inviting the parents of children whose dreams of becoming world champion, Olympic champion in different sports to start investing by supporting their kids to play. Since the academy will start at grade 7, so there's enough preparation for all our kids in the elementary to develop their skills so that when they had that potential and they will be tested and they will show their ability that they can be developed into elite athletes, then they will be given opportunity na makapasok sa NAS. So kailangan na po natin i-encourage ang mga anak natin na pumunta at maglaro ng sports para naman may possibility na maging isa sila sa mga scholars sa sports academy. So we encourage the parents to introduce sports at the early stage, give them the opportunity to be interested, be motivated to train and become better in the sports that they like. Para pagdating sa elementary, they can be developed further by their coaches and by their PE teachers so that kung magkakaroon sila ng opportunity na maging player ng bawat school, baka masali sila sa mga potential student athletes para sa NAS. And we will have actually satellite campuses, parang science high school na merong campus by region. So it will not be very difficult for them to gain access to opportunities for better training.
I was about to ask ngayon, Prof, na if meron plans and parang to have satellite campuses ng NAS. So meron po pala.
Yes. And, so we plan to have some areas where the facilities are available, the support are there, and after the establishment of the NAS in early August next year, because that's the start of the operation, we look forward that there will be satellite campuses to be established so that it can expand the opportunity for development ng ating mga athletes na kabataan.
Very, very exciting dahil sobrang dami pong mangyayari, daming plans and daming objectives na kailangan pong for sure. Ito naman ay para sa ating mga next generation of our Filipino athletes from grassroots to the elite. Ngayon naman, Prof, at this time, tatawagin ko ulit si Haniel. Haniel will join us dahil ito sa segment po natin ngayon sa Ask PSC ay binibigyan natin ng pagkakataon na ang ating mga guest athletes ay magtatanong sa ating official. So, let's bring again si Miss Haniel. Miss Haniel, are you here now with us?
Hello po.
Yeah. Hi, Haniel. Congratulations.
Hi, Thank you po. Good afternoon po.
Yun. Ito yung segment na to ng program po natin sa mga viewers natin. Ito ay to really have the interaction with our ating mga athletes and officials. Kasi baka inisip nyo po, hindi sila nag-uusap, hindi po nag-communicate. Hindi po. This is one part of the goal that we are one family din sa sports. So, dahil dyan, may question si Haniel sa inyo, Prof. Haniel, take it away. Go. Anong question mo kay Prof?
Prof, may question ako. Kasi, Um, yung fencing kasi, as you all know, para sa iba, sabi nila, pang rich kid lang daw siya. So, honestly, hindi siya pang rich kid. So, parang 80% of us are not rich kids. So, may mga bata na po kasi sa fencing na naglalaro na sila, nasa-start na sila maglaro. Pero, minsan kasi naglalaro sila or nagsa-start sila maglaro sa clubs. So, sa mga fencing school, sa fencing club, ganyan. Paano niyo po kaya ma-incorporate yung sport ko, yung fencing, sa future sports program po ng PSC?
Yeah. Grassroots to speaking, Prof.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very, very good question at tama na na-erase mo yan. Kasi the Philippine Sports Institute implementing the grassroots program ng PSC through the children's games, we can incorporate actually different sports activities. Ang nakikita ko kasi, tama yung sabi mo na parang ang perception is pang mayaman kasi nga mahal yung mga gamit kung na natin. However, I'd like to give an example na pwedeng i-introduce yan without buying all those equipment, especially sa kids. Kasi we should start with the fundamentals. You don't need to have all those expensive gadgets or equipment just to start teaching the kids. So, ang maganda dyan is, if ang NSA ng fencing will collaborate with the Philippine Sports Commission through the Philippine Sports Institute na masali sa mga programs ng children's games ang fencing using indigenous equipment. Hindi naman kailangan yung importante lang na safe siya, may magha-handle. So, I'll give you one example wherein ang sports na archery, mahal yun. Pero they are able to promote because they made use of the pipes. Yung mga pipes na ginagawa nila, it's not standard, but it can start the development of the fundamentals, skills, so that athletes or students can have a feel on how archery is done in the same way na ang fencing ganun rin. So baka pwedeng we are actually inviting NSAs to partner with PSI in the grassroots development para masali yung inyong sports. So sa akin naman, maybe it should be incorporated in some activities in the schools, not necessarily using the standard thing. You can probably develop something na safe kasi tutusukin mo nga yung bata, di ba?
Yes.
Yung mga pwede naman yung face shield natin ngayon, pwede na yan eh. So, I mean, we can design ang ating activity na importante, safe siya, but it will teach the fundamentals correctly. So para sa akin, maganda yung na-brought up mo, Haniel, na you are very interested in promoting your sports. And that is what we need. Athletes and officials ng NSA na very eager to become part of a program na bababa sa grassroots level. Kasi wala namang maraming clubs sa ibang lugar. Manila lang ang meron yata or Cebu. And so if we want to expand the grassroots base ng fencing, which I think we have better chances in winning gold in the Olympics and other events. Let's start from the young by introducing something that they can learn the fundamentals, the basics, but securing the safety and health of our participants. So we will be very happy kung may NSA official from fencing to say that pag may grassroots children's games kayo, baka pwedeng isama ang fencing. Kahit forma lang ng mga movements muna, saka na yung iba, we will be very happy to welcome po. And I think that's very important sa school i-introduce, sa community introduce, and it should take the lead especially sa athletes. Especially kung may dala pa kami ng mga champion, ang sasama sa amin, champion ako, idol, modeling, inspiration. See the value that you can give. So we look forward, Heniel, na isa sa inyo sasama sa PSI program para naman ma-inspire ang mga bata, ma-introduce ang fencing, and they will know that we can be champion in that sport.
Totoo.
Okay, thank you po.
Thanks, Prof. Naisip ko yun.
Face shields na tayo. Mura lang yung face shields.
Naalala ko, Prof, nung we also introduced archery sa ating mga bata. Parang it was yung sila Sir Noni, yung PVC, tapos they improvised on that. Kasi at one point, di ba, so may sabi nga nila, pag gusto, may paraan. So in the same way, to also introduce sports with that fencing,
Kasi
Ako very hopeful.
Pwede naman na yung dulo ng stick or something, may ilagay mo sa may color or paint, tapos pag natusok may point. O di pwede na yun. Ang daming pwedeng gawin.
Makes sense. Ang weapon nun, Miss Aniel, ano tawag kayo? So, bamboo.
Pwede po yung harness na bamboo stick.
Harness na.
Diba?
Pwede.
We can look for something na pliable, tapos may cotton sa dulo para soft, i-dip mo sa paint, mag-fencing sila, so padamihan ng tama, mo, diba?
Tapos naging interactive pa kasi with the kids, with the
colors.
That's
very nice.
All right. Maraming salamat, Prof. Thank you for answering that question, si Ms. Haniel with us. At mamaya po, magbabalik po tayo sa ilang paalala dahil pagbalik po natin, dito na tayo sa pinaka-exciting na segment ng program natin kung saan tuturuan naman tayo, Prof, ni Haniel ng kanyang mga basic moves sa kanyang sport. Magbabalik po kami sa ilang paalala.
Great things start from small beginnings. Growing up, reach early for your dreams. Face the day, there's a new challenge. A chance to be better. A chance to become your dream. Growing up with champion energy. Growing up with Milo. Milo every day.
Tara na? Game? Champions, together, let's continue our champion journeys at home.
From Nestle.
Doble man ang challenges ngayon? Kasama mo ang Milo sa doble sulit na new Milo Twin Pack Promo. Doble ang savings at champion sa milk, cocoa, and energy-releasing nutrients. New Milo Twin Pack Promo. Limited time only.
Bago natin makasama si Ms. Haniel at si Prof. Henry, dumako na tayo sa pinaka-exciting part ng ating programa kung saan kayo, tatlo sa inyo po ay pwedeng manalo ng ating special prizes from our sponsor Milo Philippines sa ating trivia question for this afternoon. Ang ating trivia question this afternoon, ito na ating tanong ha. Kailangan po mag-i-comment nyo po ang inyong sagot with a hashtag #IamSportsPositive dito sa ating live feed. We will be watching. Ang question po natin for this afternoon is, anong sport ang ipinanalo ng gold at silver medal ni Haniel Abella noong 2019 SEA Games? Anong sport yan? If you know the answer, comment your answers now and with a hashtag #IamSportsPositive. Yan, anong sport ang ipinanalo ng gold at silver medal ni Haniel Abella noong 2019 SEA Games? Yan na. If you're watching, kung alam nyo kung anong sport yun na kanina pa natin pinag-uusapan, i-comment nyo ang inyong sagot with a hashtag #IamSportsPositive. At ayan na nga, nakikita na namin ang mga comments. Ayan. Okay. Nakikita na po namin. Thank you guys. Ayan po ang ating trivia question for this afternoon. At batiin lang po natin, sabi ni Sir Dennis Esta, salamat po PSC-PSI sa support to our para sports. Mabuhay po kayo. Thank you Sir Dennis. Salamat po. Thank you for being for really supporting us as well. Tayo po, ayan, I think we have our winners already. Dumako na po tayo. Ito exciting part ng ating program. Welcome to Champ Camp. Alright. Itong portion ng program natin, kaya kasama ko na po ulit si Ms. Haniel at si Prof. Prof, ito naman, dahil sabi nga ng Milo, kailangan gumalaw-galaw tayo kahit na tayo ay nasa bahay, tayo ay at home with this quarantine period. Ngayon naman, nandito si Ms. Haniel para turuan tayo ng kanyang basic movement sa kanyang sport na fencing. So, Ms. Haniel, ano ba ituturo mo kay Prof ngayon tsaka sa akin this afternoon? Go!
So, ituturo ko lang po yung pinaka-basic moves sa fencing. So, sana makita nyo.
Yeah, kita namin yan. Go, go, go. Kaya namin
Kasi
yan.
maliit lang yung space ko. So, ituturo ko yung basic moves ng fencing. So, first, hindi nyo makikita yung pinakapaa.
Okay lang.
So, yung on guard position namin. So, if nanonood kayo ng games namin, so, meron kaming standard on guard position before yung pinaka laban talaga. So, ang tawag dito is on guard position. So, madali lang po siya.
Yes, go.
So, madali lang po siya. So, naka-side ka lang dapat.
Ayan, Prof, gawin na natin. Naka-side tayo. Tapos, ayan, tumatayo na si Prof. Yan, yes. Yan, naka-side, tapos, go.
So, yung paa nyo po is dapat naka-L siya. Nakadikit siya.
Nakadikit na paa ng feet. L-shaped. Alright.
Yeah. L-shaped. And then, 1 foot po, forward nyo lang siya.
1 foot forward.
Yes. And then, down ka lang. Down, like this.
Tapos down. Nakastance. Nakikita natin si Prof ngayon, guys. Ayan na. Go, Prof. Foot forward. Ayun na. Ginawa na ni Prof. Ayun. Yan. Grabe.
Ito kasi sa badminton to eh.
Wait, ibang sport. Ibang sport yan. Pero same principle, on guard. So, para saan yun? Yun talagang basic position nyo sa sport? Tama ba?
Yes. Apo.
Alright. Grabe. Prof, kayo parang pinagpawisan kayo, Prof. Ano pong...
Nawisan na nga eh.
Pinagpawisan si Prof sa on-guard position pa lang yan. How much more yung training na pinagdadaanan ni Haniel? Grabe. We really... thankful kami for this time, and again gusto ko po magpasalamat sa ating guest for this afternoon, si Ms. Haniel Abelia from fencing, si Professor Henry Daut from the PSI and the NAS as well. Ms. Haniel, do you have any last final messages before we go, ma'am?
Thank you po first especially sa PSC because nakikita naman namin na amidst of the pandemic, lagi talaga silang nag-update na kamusta. Even si chairman pa yung nakikipagkamustahan sa amin talaga. Kinakamusta na kami kung ano ginagawa namin, ano yung mga training namin. And then, yung lahat po talaga ng faucets ng PSC, talagang nakasupport yung strength and conditioning, the psych team, the MSAS team, yung massage, nutritionist, team. And then, talagang lagi talaga silang support, and then lagi talaga silang magko-communicate, kamusta kayo? Yan, ganti yung mga training program natin para nasa condition pa rin kayo. And then, yung NSA namin, yung association namin na talagang lagi din talaga nakasupport sa amin, and then yung mga coaches namin, sinisecure din talaga nila na nagtitraining kami kahit sa bahay lang kami. Yun. So, papasalamat po ako sa PSC, sa government, kasi hindi po nila kami pinapabayaan. And then, to all our viewers and to all the Filipino supporters, thank you kasi you are the big part of yung success ng mga athletes talaga.
Maraming salamat. Prof, nakamute ka, Prof, pero any last messages before we end?
Yeah, I'd like...
Yes, Prof. Nakamute lang kay Prof. Yan. Go ahead, Prof.
I'd like to give this message to our parents and to all the kids. Most of the things that a child can learn in life can be learned in sport and through sport. And I want everyone to understand that please get your child into sport to give them the opportunity to succeed, not just in sports, but more significantly in life. So let's all play sport and be healthy.
Maraming salamat po, Ms. Haniel Abelia and Professor Henry Daut. Thank you. We're very grateful for you sa presence niyo po, and we'll see you again sa mga susunod na episodes ng People Sports Conversations. Maraming salamat po. And this has been our 1-hour program for this afternoon. Kami po ay masaya na makasama kayo. Thank you for joining us and being with us this afternoon. Sa ngalan po ng Public Communications Office, aming heads, Ms. Malin, and the rest of the staff, good also, and our chairman, PSC Chairman William Ramirez, and our Board of Commissioners. Maraming salamat po. Ako po si Josh Ricanor, and this is People Sports Conversations. Magandang hapon po, and stay safe.